It was February 8th, 2018. I had just gotten off work and decided to stop at the grocery on my way home, as I often did. I expected to be in and out since I only needed a few items, plus I was eager to get my weekend started. But no sooner than I walked in the door, I was stopped by a young man working there. "Do you have any dinner plans?" he asked after we exchanged greetings. A little confused by the question, I answered honestly. "I do, actually. I'm making butternut squash and lamb tagine." We talked for a moment about the recipe. Then he said, "I was hoping I could interest you in one of these free meals." He motioned to a cart behind him with 3 rectangular boxes on it. "Free? What do you mean free? Nothing's free," I laughed. He was oddly unresponsive, almost hurt it seemed like by this statement, given his friendly nature. But he assured me they were free of charge and he had been trying to give them all away as they were set to expire the next day. "I haven't had much luck," he said. "There's hardly been anyone here." I hadn't noticed until he mentioned it, but it was unusually empty that day for the weather being so fair, and the parking lot as full as it was. I was even going to get my skillet out and start cooking them for the shoppers, but there just weren't enough people, he said. He had coconut curry chicken and blackened tilapia meals remaining. Each box fed 2 people. "Are they good? Have you tried them?" I asked. At this point, I saw a woman coming up behind me and turned to move my empty cart out of the way so she could get through. I only moved it an inch, maybe, and she rushed through there like she was on supermarket sweep. "Yeah, they're pretty good," he replied. "I've only tried the shrimp and the chicken ones, but I like them both." I thanked him and took one, but he urged me to take more, or all of them if I wanted. "You can always freeze them," he smiled. I took one more, not wanting to be greedy. He thanked me and wished me a good day, then went on his way. I made a beeline for the ground beef at the back of the store, eager to get the trip over with. But as empty as it was that day, at the exact moment I was approaching the beef I always get, an elderly man walking remarkably slowly made his way in front of it. I came to a near screeching halt, said hello to the man, and waited patiently while he passed by. After the beef, I grabbed a few other items and proceeded to the self-checkout. I saved the free meals for last, unsure of whether or not they would ring up as $0. I took my chances and scanned one, only to find an $18 charge for it. Now, at this time, I was making a livable wage, but that was far more than I was willing or able to spend on just 2 meals on a whim. I called for the attendee, a heavy-set brunette in a red polo with the name Brittany printed on it. She immediately recognized my need. "Oh, are those the free ones?" she said. Within a few moments, she had rung up both of the meals at no charge and was about to step away when I pointed out that the $18 charge was still present. "Oh, it must have scanned by accident." "No worries," she said, and cleared out the charge. I thanked her and finished up, making my way out to my car at the back of the lot. When I had loaded everything into the trunk, I realized that I had forgotten to pick up some lemons. I hurriedly started pushing my cart to the return, intending to go back inside, when I heard someone yelling, "Excuse me, ma'am!" I didn't see anyone the first time, but I heard it again and looked towards the exit, where I saw a slim young man with glasses running halfway down the lot with a grocery bag. Lagging far behind him, just outside the exit door, was Brittany, struggling to get to me in time. "You forgot your squash," he said, handing me the bag. I marveled at my carelessness and thanked him, as this was the main ingredient to my dinner. A few moments later, Brittany arrived, a bit out of breath, but clearly relieved that he had caught me. "You're welcome," he said, and turned to put his arm around Brittany's shoulder. "If I hadn't been here," he trailed off, as I was slightly distracted putting my cart in the return. Oddly enough, when I turned around, he was still side-hugging her, in an almost big brother type of way, even though he was clearly much younger than she was. Once I had my full attention on them again, he turned to face her directly, put both hands on her shoulders, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, again, "If I hadn't been here." She made no answer, just looked up at him gratefully and smiled. It was such an emotional moment, I almost felt uncomfortable looking at them. But I thanked them once more, to which they nodded at me and started back inside. Given that I had shown my carelessness once already, and remembering that the store had run out of fresh mint anyway, I decided to stop at a different location on the way home for lemons instead of going back in. Later that evening, when I realized what had happened, it was without a doubt the happiest moment of my life. And I'd just like to show you a couple of souvenirs that I kept from that day. These are from the meals that I received. This is, I don't know if you can see that, that's the label that came from the box. And this is a sticker that was also on it.